Beth Ponder. I'm the Director of Professional Development with TCAL, or the Texas Center for the Advancement of Literacy and Learning. And we're just having these short webinars. This shouldn't take very long, but just to get everybody primed and ready for what we call the Fall Institute. It's not the fall anymore, but the AEL Institute is coming up soon. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off my camera and share my screen. Wendy, can you confirm that you're seeing the proper screen?
No, it's not in, there it goes. It's all good now.
Okay, great. Thank you. I appreciate it. So this is our TWC AEL Institute presenter webinar. We're doing two of these it's the exact same content, one today and then one on Friday. But we just want to give presenters a little bit more information about what it's going to look like and how things are going to roll. So let's see here. So I thank you again for being willing to present. We really appreciate learning from each other and from the field of what's working in our programs. The Institute will be at the Doubletree Hotel in Austin, um, February 9th through the 11th. And February 11th in the afternoon, we're going to have two post-conference sessions. We have opened it up so that if you are ready and registered, you can start building your agenda. So going to this link and logging in using the email that you registered with, and you can start choosing sessions that you would like to attend. So how this is going to work. This is a hybrid conference. So all of the sessions will be streamed. So you'll have participants in the room and you'll have participants on Zoom. The virtual participants will join Zoom through their vFairs app. So they'll log into vFairs and go to the session, and they'll have a join button about 10 minutes before the session actually starts. And we'll let them in just a few minutes before. Creative Canon is our streaming team, our audio video team, and they're going to stream your presentation and they'll come on in a few minutes. There they are. You can wave at them. Um, they're going to come on in a few minutes and give a few tips about what that's going to look like. So there's going to be cameras in the room streaming out into the Zoom room. You don't have to worry about logging into Zoom. We will have Zoom open on the presenter laptop when you get to the training room. What we will not have on is the chat or participant pods. So those will not be open on your screen. But there are other ways that you're going to get support to be able to interact with your virtual participants. So who's going to help you? Our team has got hosts and co-hosts. So our team hosts are not going to be in the actual training room. They're going to be off-site, and they're going to be the main person taking care of the Zoom room. If you are going to need to have breakout rooms, you can go ahead and let me know, or you can just let your host know in the chat that at some point, you're going to want breakout rooms. Your co-host is actually going to be in the training room with you. They will also be logged into the Zoom room, and they will have a mic, and that mic is to ask questions from the chat. So that's really important that you use the mic so that the Zoom participants can hear what's happening. So if the co-host gets a question in the Zoom room, they'll raise their hand and you as the presenter can call on them and they will use that mic to ask the question. You will also have a room facilitator, and the room facilitator will be there to help if you have handouts. They will also have a mic, and so they will carry that mic to other people in the actual training room that have questions. Again, so that the person in the Zoom room can hear what the questions are coming from the audience. They will also have your valuations, and they will have actually, we're not going to scan participants out this year. We're going to use stickers. We're going back to old school and using a sticker to show participation. And this year, every training room will have a dedicated tech support person. So that person will be there to help open your PowerPoint, to share the screen. If you have any audio issues, if you have a video that you want to play, that we have a designated tech support person that can help you with anything, any of those things. We strongly suggest that you have a buddy. And this is a support person that is in Zoom that can support you as you're presenting. That will ensure a seamless presentation as you try and navigate this. If you don't have a co-presenter, maybe ask a colleague back at the office or a friend to join in the Zoom. They can be offsite or they can be in the training room, but they do need to be logged into Zoom. And then you can have them prepared to, if you share ahead of time, any links or handouts that you would like uploaded into the chat. You've got somebody there that's prepared and ready to do that for you. If you got us your PowerPoint on time, we have made it accessible and put it into PDF, and that PowerPoint will be loaded into the vFairs app. So the participants can go to the app and they will be able to get a copy of your PowerPoint from there. So what do you need to do as a presenter? You need to come with your presentation on a thumb drive. We will have all the rest of the equipment you will need. We'll have presenter laptops, we'll have clickers, all of those things will be there already. We do ask that you start and end your presentation on time. We did extend the time between sessions to 30 minutes, but they'll reuse those Zoom rooms for the presentation that's happening after yours. So we do need to try and start and end on time. If you need to be able to see your presenter notes, we suggest that you go ahead and print those out and have them with you so you can see them. We can't guarantee exactly what the screens are going to look like. And again, please use that microphone so that the people in the Zoom room can hear what's going on. If someone in the audience asks a question before we get the mic to them, we ask you as the presenter to try and repeat the question into your mic so that the Zoom room participants can hear it. You will have a lavalier if you choose to use that so that you can move around. I know a lot of presenters don't like to just stand at the podium. So you'll have the opportunity to move around. And think about it as you're getting ready for your presentation. How am I engaging with virtual participants? What kind of activities that can I do? That will engage them as well, and acknowledge them. Make sure you speak directly to them. So a few tips for effective training with a hybrid audience. Again, think about how you can engage them. Um, have an activity or a poll. Use a tool outside of Zoom for that. So if you do a poll in Zoom, then the in-person participants can't participate in that. There are lots of tools that you can use for that kind of thing that everybody can use. So Mentimeter or Slido, Poll Everywhere, Padlet. So those are all technology tools that you can use that all participants can access. And provide wait time. And this is so hard. And I know in myself it's hard. Um, After an activity or after you ask a question, give some wait time. So especially for those that are online, if they're typing a question into the chat, give the room monitor and the host time to get to the person who's asking the question or to read it from the chat. So I'm going to turn it over to Creative Canon now, because you are going to be on camera. We want to do what we can to support you. So, Gio and David and Tyron, I'm going to let you speak to the audience for a few minutes.
Uh, Good to be here. Can you pull that? There it is. Um, as you guys can read there, I hope you guys can all hear me. We're going to have plenty of microphones, so you don't need to raise your voice too much, we'll be able to make those adjustments in the room. We ask you to be there just a little bit early so that we can get that microphone on you.
David, can you speak up just a little bit? We're having trouble hearing you.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry. So we ask you to be in your room a little bit early so that we can put a microphone on you. We'll be able to make those adjustments in the room for the volume, so don't feel like you have to shout or raise your voice too much. We'll be able to make those adjustments. Attire, we do ask you to wear solid colors, jewel tones, navy suits, better than black and gray. We've been in this room before, and sometimes people wear the same color as the room, and you blend in. So, business casual is always good. Please don't wear any stripes or bold patterns because then you really will pop. Also jewelry, loose jewelry, necklaces that might interfere with the microphone, as well as bracelets that might jingle. That could cause an issue for anybody that's listening, for that jewelry to hit the microphone. Other than that, you're able to move around the room quite freely. We can follow you with those cameras. Like Beth said, sometimes that microphone doesn't get to those people that are asking those questions in the audience. So if you're able to repeat the question or allow that mic runner to get there in time, that would help. But I know that sometimes in the heat of the moment, people do a conversation sparks up, and so we just ask that you keep in mind those people that are streaming. So other than that, we're going to take care of you. You guys are going to do just great. The presentations that you have, um, those are your babies, and our goal is to make sure that you guys look great and sound great. If you have any questions, please feel free to holler at me.
Okay, we do have a question in the chat from Paul. It says, will the Zoom room be visible to us in the room on a separate monitor, or will we have to rely on our support staff offsite to notify if there's something we need to address? We do not have a separate monitor set up with the Zoom room. I have had presenters that brought in their own laptop to join the Zoom room, or you could join it on your phone. But we really are kind of relying on the buddy. And again, you've got that co-host that's on site. So part of their job eh, is to be letting you know if there's something going on in the Zoom room that needs attention or questions that are coming up there. So good point, good question, Paul. So I am to my question slide. So any other questions that you have for the T-Call team or the Creative Canon team about presenting next or week after next? I'm cutting myself off by a week. Any other questions? All right. Well, I stopped sharing. I'll turn my camera back on for just a minute. Um, and again, feel free to email me if you think of something next week, you have a question, just feel free to drop me an email and I'll be happy to reply and help you problem solve anything that you need. Um, Rachel, great. Glad that was helpful. And I will give you back a little time in the rest of your afternoon. All right. Thanks, everybody. We appreciate it.